Hi, Thomas. Really nice to have you here. Welcome to Seamless and welcome to the DigitalWorks Swift Docs. We are unpacking the complexities of digital transformation.
Thank you.
So, really nice. Really nice to have you here. So let's talk about you come from Fluent Commerce. So we'll spend a few minutes explaining and trying to understand how Fluent is positioned to optimize and give value to customers in this ever evolving, customer experience demand and supply chain challenges and in a business context, how things are going to evolve and how very well Fluent is positioned in this market.
Sure. So first of all, thank you. Thank you first for welcoming me today. And that's a pleasure to be at Seamless with you guys. So just maybe a few words about me. So my name is Thomas and Ansar. I'm in charge of the revenue for Fluent Commerce. So I've started with Fluent Commerce 5 years back, something like that. Yes, almost 5 years this summer to really open the operation in EMEA South. And now I'm really in charge of the overall revenue for EMEA. And yes, definitely Middle East is a strong region for us. This is why we are here today and we try to come quite often. So it's a pleasure to be here today.
Yeah, so let's dive into the topic. We as DigitalWorks, we work with a lot of customers in retail and large customers and a lot of GMV, a lot of order management challenges.
Yep.
Especially in the area around order orchestration and order fulfillment, the new order fulfillment method that pops up every now and then. And the challenges we had during COVID times that actually put a lot of tests how agile your supply chains are, how agile your fulfillment strategies are. And where do you think Fluent or the industry is going and what are the trends that you see and how are you positioned to drive them?
Yeah, sure. Just maybe to set the scene and to give you more context about in which market do we operate. So we've seen a dramatic change in the way customers were buying online, but across multiple channels, actually. We've seen supply chain being disrupted during pandemic, and now habits change with new behaviors. So I think brands and our prospecting customers have been massively challenged over the last few years because of supply chain disruption, because of new behaviors online, new expectations, and we see that this promise made to customers is really important. Okay, when am I going to be delivered, and how can I trust the promise you're offering to me? And this is super important and critical to respect this promise and to hold this promise. Otherwise, you might be losing some customers and it's going to affect your supply chain. So there is this demand of new customer buying journeys and new expectations. And on the other side, actually, we see companies trying to be more agile, but sometimes struggling with, I would say, some monolithic solution or in-house solution, difficult to move, to change. So there is this paradigm with new expectations, trying to follow those new expectations, but difficult to follow sometimes because of very legacy and tech-heavy solutions. So this is paradigm. So we do operate in this market by bringing really more flexibility, more agility in those supply chain, by being quick on delivering value-added scenarios, rules, workflows, etc., and really provide new types of journeys, omnichannel journeys. We've seen a lot of new omnichannel scenarios appearing in EMEA, Middle East, also in the US. We've seen click and collect, ship from store, home delivery, and with precise time lead for those kind of let's say journeys. So it's really important for us to be able to design quickly those value-added scenarios.
So strongly are you pushing that frame? Like you rightly said, businesses are demanding and things are changing every now and then. From fulfillment from crowdsourcing all the way up to robotic delivery, autonomous delivery, so on and so forth, right? So how strongly are you? Is that a core focus for Fluent, or what is your roadmap in those lines?
Yeah, so I think the core element of Fluent Commerce is really this inventory topic. Okay, if you ask the same question to multiple retailers, both in the EMEA, US, or in APAC, you might find like a very common point is they cannot trust their stock information. Okay, so it's crucial
We hear
to
that a lot.
absolutely. So it's crucial to be able to offer this stock information precisely, because if you are offering new orchestration capabilities, new omnichannel scenarios without this key information about your stock position, you're missing the mark. Because the promise you will be making or offering wouldn't be accurate. And this is something we first need to tackle, is this inventory information. Once we have that, we are really able to offer new orchestration capabilities, new fulfillment journeys, new omnichannel scenarios, and that's really important. We've seen many different trends on the market, depending on the industry, depending on the segment, but we have more and more sources. When I mean sources, I mean drop shipping, shipping from stores, warehouse. So yeah, many different cases and multiple channels to serve and to operate, like marketplaces, stores, obviously social networks and social media. Sorry. So a lot of e-commerce, obviously customer service. So all these channels need to be served with one consistent information, which is the inventory, so that you can really hold your promise and offer the best customer experience.
So if we try to frame this, let's put a framework to it. Inventory is the fundamental and it's a foundation.
Yeah.
And from there you build your orchestration strategy, and from there you decide the fulfillment and then the last mile. Is that the right flow, or how would you put it?
Absolutely. So to us, and this is why, and I think we're going to come to it on why an OMS should be well positioned in an IT ecosystem. We are very central, meaning we need to integrate with multiple systems to be able to consolidate this stock information, to use some acronyms well known like ATP, availability to promise, availability to sell, availability to fulfill. So it's really important to consolidate those critical information. And we're going to actually use those information to give and share this information across multiple systems and across multiple channels. Okay. So once you have that, it's really easy for us to design rules and scenarios, to design proper journeys and fulfillment journeys, actually.
Absolutely. Because we have seen in most of the customers, they start with order management school of thought, and then they see it like something in between e-commerce and point of sale or ERP.
Yep.
But it's never getting into that, like you said, that central idea of inventory. I think that's so critical for you for management to succeed and customers fetching that full value out of this.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think this is what we've seen over the last 5-6 years. There was a maturity gap to close, because we've seen many prospects coming to us saying, but what about this OMS category? And some people thought that, but I have a POS system, so I can leverage this POS system to be more agile, but it's not real. Like ERP, like WMS. So you can see from different angles, but the reality is we've emerged as a true category, because we need to be considered as a simple and single solution within the IT ecosystem to share this information easily and to really use an OMS for the real use of an OMS, which is to do the compute information so that we can share an accurate information across the entire IT ecosystem.
Slowly use that to segue into stores,
Yep.
So I see Fluent is helping a lot of the retailers in terms of driving a lot of in-store scenarios.
Yep.
Clienteling and directly, indirectly, either through your APIs or building standalone apps from your side. Do you want to touch upon that?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. And it's even more true with some specific segments. We've seen that with the luxury, for example. They use the stores a lot. And we need to execute those fulfillment journeys. Like in store, you're gonna have store associates operating for returns, click and collect. So they are really executing those returns, etc. And they need a simple app to be able to see what's the stock availability, what are the in-flight stock transits, etc. So if we can give them these information, that's really helpful on a daily basis for them.
AI, right?
Yeah.
No talk is complete without AI. So, what is your roadmap looking like? What is Fluent's strategy on this, and how are you, sort of embedding AI into your product in a day-to-day basis?
Yeah. So AI, like many companies, that's I think definitely the buzzword around. We've seen in many conferences, many prospects coming to us saying, "I need to do AI." But whether because my boss is asking me to accelerate on AI, or I need to convince my boss to accelerate on AI. And that's really interesting because one of our customer, Aldo Group, is speaking at Seamless, and he was definitely talking about this AI journey. For us, it's more about like making sure that we can deliver value-added supply chain scenario and omnichannel scenarios. You can definitely put AI on top of it, and that's the story of Aldo, for example. They were able to really add some demand forecasting capabilities, so AI demand forecasting capabilities on top of the OMS, meaning they're using our workflows and our capabilities to design advanced scenario workflows to really use this demand forecasting and adapt in real time those workflows.
Their models into your workflow.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And that's a very good way to be flexible with those workflows, to adapt with your demand, and to really meet the expectation from your customers on specific demands you've previously analyzed.
Nice.
So that's really a good story, and I would only recommend you to see Aldo. And we see that's coming more and more with our customers right now.
We get this question a lot, like AI, how we can use it, how we can embed it, how we can make tangible business value.
Yeah.
I think one of the key things that I feel personally is, a lot of the last mile hindrances that people would have, having a good customer service algorithm, fulfillment strategy, reason coding mechanism, delivery attempts, and so on and so forth. So I think that area is something that where AI can really make a huge difference to models.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And we see and we need to adapt, because many of our customers, for example, told us recently that some of their, depending on the country obviously, but some of their customers were using the voice to place orders or to buy online, etc. And getting this information to adapt the workflows and to fulfill in a more in a smarter way, both for the business but also for the customers, is definitely important.
One teaser question to you. Do you think enterprise can have Fluent only? I mean, my argument is the following. You have catalog management in a certain way. You have capability to handle inventory 100%. And you have payment checkout abilities. And you have the last mile integrations as well. So is it a fair argument that we can design an enterprise 100% around Fluent?
So obviously, it's not like a black and white answer, but it all depends on the maturity of the customer, the IT landscape. But generally speaking, I think we need to use an OMS for what it is and what it's designed for. So our main mission is really to, once again, get this inventory information shared across the IT ecosystem, and orchestrate better the orders so that it's beneficial for the retailer and also for the customer. Yes, we can integrate with many applications. So in general, it's like integration between, I would say 8 to 15 sometimes applications, so very central. we could compensate some of the capabilities missing and gaps potentially. And this is why this flexibility and this extensibility of the platform is so essential. But yes, this is also our advice to put the OMS at the right place and not to exaggerate the use.
Stretch it too much.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly right. I think we've delivered successfully projects with many of our customers because we were actually doing the right job on positioning rightfully the OMS in the ecosystem.
So, Thomas, we are very excited to get into a partnership with Fluent.
Yep.
And very happy to announce it here in this event. So we would love to, continue this partnership and grow it, and our customers should benefit and expand together.
Yeah, and look, that's a great pleasure to be with you today. I think maybe something to remind everyone is Fluent Commerce has decided like very early in our process, that was back in 2018, something like that, if not 2017, to really adopt a partner first strategy. And that was quite unique. Back in 2017, we were the only one to do that in the market. Some people thought that might be risky, because if you had like a SI on top of an editor, that might create some complexity. We are really proud of this critical decision we've taken a couple of years ago, because now we've seen that all of our projects were successful by trusting the right partners.
I think it's like having local brains, right?
Exactly right. It's even like we consider it as an extension of Fluent Commerce locally and within our customers. So it's great. And we see all of our competitors now following this trend, meaning relying more on integration partners and doing less projects on their own. So that's a great recognition for us. But yeah, definitely it's mandatory for us to support well our partners, to train them, to certify them, so that we can really be trustable with prospects and customers with the right partners. So very happy to start this journey and to operate with you guys actually.
Thank you. That's it for today.
Yeah, that's it. But let's see what Seamless brings actually.